The AeroPress, a confession and a brew guide. Hey everyone, welcome back or welcome to Extraction Hacker. My name is Davis and I have a confession. I used to think that the AeroPress was a gimmick, but I finally broke down and got one, and you know what? It's legit. So when I got it, I watched tons of videos trying to figure out the best recipe, watched AeroPress championships, inverted, normal, the inventor's recipe, everything. And I've curated all of that into what I believe is a tasty cup of coffee with the AeroPress, and it takes less than 2 minutes. So let's get going. So first of all, what you do is you get a microfilter. And if you buy the kit, you get these with it. Take the cap, put it in there. You need a nice sturdy mug. I love these diner mugs. If you get the Victor mugs, they're a little too small, so I have this sweet diner mug. That's the perfect size. Cap off the bottom chamber. Pour in a little hot water. That wets the filter, gets the mug a little bit warm. While that's going, I will take 14 grams of fresh coffee. I'm using the Comandante today. So you're going to want a fine grind on this. So I have my Comandante set at 10 clicks. And away we go. Okay, so I'm going to dump out that filter water. Pop this guy in the scale. So again, that's 14 grams of coffee. I'm using a Colombian from a local coffee roaster. So you want a fine grind on this. I watched a talk with Adler, and he said the next instructions, so the next print run of the AeroPress box is actually going to recommend an espresso grind. So I'm going pretty fine here. So again, that's 14 grams of coffee. Shake it out, even out the bed. And then I'm going to use 200-degree water. This is where I guess I diverge from the inventor. He likes 165-degree water, and I've tried it. It's good, but I like the 200-degree water. This recipe, the inspiration for this came from Tim Wendelboe, and I love his recipe. I just do a couple things a little bit different. So 14 grams of coffee, 200 grams of water, 200-degree water. So the ratio is going to be 14.3, right around there. So what I do, 200-degree water, got my coffee in there, start the timer, and I pour up to 200 grams. Immediately after I pour, I do 1, 2, 3.5 stirs. Do whatever you like. 3.5 suits me well. Put in the plunger. This stops the coffee from dripping down, so it creates a seal, creates a vacuum in there. And I'm going to wait for 1 minute. At 1 minute, I'm going to stir again, and then I'm going to press down. So I don't press down like most people do. Like, I know it's an AeroPress, but I like the forearm lean, like the inventor. So we're almost at a minute. When we get to a minute, pop the plunger off. 1, 2, 3.5. Makes it perfect. Put the plunger on, and then I do the forearm lean. So this forearm lean gives the perfect amount of pressure. We're shooting for somewhere between 20 and 40 seconds. I usually hit about 30 seconds. And you'll know when you're done because the AeroPress will start hissing. And you don't need to press all the way down. So when it starts hissing, that means that it's pressing air and not water through the coffee. So it's going to be a compressed puck. So it's the reason we grind finer is because there's the hiss. The reason we grind finer is because we're putting pressure through the coffee bed. So we're actually forming a puck right there. So when it's done, take off the cap, and this is what it looks like. It cracked a little bit in there, but that's okay. And the other cool thing is, as it went down, it cleaned the inside of this chamber. So all you have to do is give that guy a rinse with the hot water from your kettle, and it's totally clean. I have this sweet little drying rack. If you have any questions about this, ask down in the comments, and I'll let you know what this is. I'll link it up in the description too. And then I rinse off the cap. And also the stirrer. Pop that in here. And there it is, a perfect cup of AeroPress coffee. Again, 14 grams of coffee, finely ground, 200 grams of water. Wait a minute with a couple stirs on either side, and it's perfect. Delicious.